Hello and welcome to another Magic the Gathering draft video. It's Al here with you. This is how to draft MTG. Jumping into another Edge of Eternities Premier Queue here. Got a little bit of an interesting rare Sedge class Seed Ship, 2 and a green spacecraft with a station of 7. It's got flying. It's a 4/5. When it attacks, you can put something from your hand into play. We also got Larval Scoutlander in the pack. Same cost, same station. 3/3 flyer. And it ramps you for turns 1 land into 2 lands. I think that is the better of these 2 cards, although I'm not totally sure on the data opinion on that. But if I was going to take a green card, it'd be those. If I was going to take a blue card, it would be Selfcraft Mechan, although I don't think that's better than Larval Scoutlander. But if you're trying to avoid green because you think it's overdrafted, then I think that's where you would look next. There's also a Galactic Wayfarer in this pack. So you might say to yourself, well, the next person's going to take Seed Ship, and the next person's going to take Wayfarer, and we're going to have a heck of a time drafting green. But of course, the packs are going, in the clockwise direction, so we'll only really feel that in pack 2. And I tend not to think about those sort of things. So I just take the card that I think is best and go from there. We've got Scan Ship. Speaking of best, I think this is the one here. We also got Vote Out. We've got Lash Whip Predator if we want to stick on green. But I'm not so enamored with green that I think we want to push too hard at it. I think I want to draft it if it's open, if I'm seeing the cards. Otherwise, I want to stay a little bit open to blue because I think it's the most flexible color. And so I will lean blue here, but could see the argument for taking Lash Whip. It's a very good card as well. The rest of the pack is pretty blah. We could wheel this Biosynthetic Burst, which is a very good green card that tends to go late, so we can try to keep that in mind. Okay, pick 3. We've got a Tanic. We've got a Specimen Freighter. These are both solid uncommons, but not super high picks. And we've already got 2 spacecraft. I will say you don't want to have too many spacecrafts in your deck, as it can start to get awkward with your ability to be able to station them. But we do have 2 of the more premium ones in the Scoutlander and the Scan Ship. I think I'm going to leave the Freighter for now. So then we say, well, what are we looking at? I guess it's Diplomatic Relations here over Tanic. Tanic is good, but I mean, we're fairly likely to be able to splash it off of Scoutlander. I don't know. I think I want the interaction. I don't think Tanic's going to come down on turn 3 for us, so I'm gonna pass it here. But I feel like that one's pretty close too. Okay, we've got a planet. I've yet to play with a single planet, which is definitely my bad because I think they're all pretty darn good. Although this one, I mean, draw a ton of cards off it. You just might not have the life to spend this late in the game, but we're not in black, so I wish I could draft a bit more black. I don't know. This pack's pretty brutal. Maybe I do just take the planet or the Interceptor Mechan. This hasn't been as good as I initially thought. Ilvoy Infiltrator hasn't been as good as I initially thought. Yuck. Junkie pack. There's a Moxite, which is all right. Yeah, all right, sure. I'll take the planet. I don't know about that one. Okay. So very interesting. So we're seeing green pretty well dry right up, and blue, which is concerning for sure. So best cards here. Pinnacle Kill Ship, but again, we don't want too many spacecraft. It is pretty good with Larval Scoutlander, though. I could see it. Pangolin, I think, is pretty good. Want early plays. I think that's where I'm leaning right now. There's a Prospector. I guess this goes with our Void Altar here. Maybe that's a little bit better than taking Pangolin. So that's a little bit less of you. Yeah, there's the Dragon, which is decent for sure. There's the Black Uncommon. I don't even know what that does, but I don't think it's very good. I'll be honest with you. Okay, so we spec'd on a couple of black cards here. By no means are we moving into black, but it's a thing we could do. There's a Graph Pack Monoist, which is a very good black card. There's a Lost in Space, which is a solid blue card, but not premium, I would say. I had this rate a little bit higher than I think it ultimately is. So Mechan Navigator is a good 2-drop. Blooming Stinger is a good 2-drop. I think of these cards, the Monoist is the best. So, but given what we have, I almost want to just take the Stinger, I think. We're definitely not taking that rare. That was close. These have been really hard picks pretty much all the way through here. Okay. Right. Because, I mean, we have... I think our green cards are still better than everything else we have. Well, Scanship's very good, too. But these black cards are not that great. Okay. Ilvoy Operative's a good blue 2-drop. Dockworker Drone's a good white 2-drop. I've had no success with white in this format, I'll be honest with you. But I think that card's pretty good. The white decks that look good have it. And actually, Starport Security's not bad either. We'll take Ilvoy Operative. Anything that you can do to just get on board turn 2, trade away, or sometimes these things will grow bigger. Blooming Stinger can trade with like a big thing later on. It's really important to be doing that. Okay, Divert Disaster is solid. The curve is it's going the right direction. Okay, you want lots of stuff on this side, and then you just want a diagonal line going this way. So that's kind of what we got going on. Take Divert Disaster. This card that I did not give any credence to at all initially, and I've been told by various podcasts that this card is good, so we're gonna try it out. People are tapping out a lot. It does sort of do an impression of a 2-mana play, especially if you're on the draw. It's not bad, but yeah, we're gonna try it. Don't want too many of them. These cards are all very bad. I'm gonna take the Chrome Companion and hope to not play it. So this was the pack that had the Biosynthetic Burst. So green is really feeling pretty contested here. This card's like kind of good, apparently. Yeah. I don't know. Ilvoy Lightjammer. It just doesn't seem good to me, but yeah, we'll try it out. These are all unplayable. So pretty weak. I will take Auxiliary Boosters. I was gonna consider taking the 2-mana 2/2 in white that when it taps you surveil. And if I'd done that, I'd be a little more excited about this Auxiliary Boosters, but still not very. Okay, so we're a little bit all over the place. We've got some okay blue stuff and some okay green stuff. Didn't see anything go by that pack that was like, wow, I can't believe that's here. You know, we should have taken that. But also not really seeing any indication that our colors are open. So a little bit troubling there. Okay. So All Fate Stalker, I think, is the best card here. Gigastorm Titan is or Cryogen Relic are the two best cards based on what we have. So I'm going to take the Relic. So I value card draw. The good card draw in this format, I value it quite highly. And the Relic is that. I think it's very close between these two. But you tend to see, and I know we didn't wheel it, but you tend to see Self-Craft Mechans come around mid-pack, and Self-Craft Mechan plus Cryogen Relic is a very, very nice combination. Gives you stats, and it gives you card draw, and it gives you board presence, and those are 3 very important things in the format. Okay, Mouth of the Storm is like a bond level uncommon, so we're just going to take that here. This is a funny card. I remember when this card came out, the original version, Contested Warzone. Was never any good, but it's cool. This card's really quite good. Sunstar Chaplain. I mean, there's just no reason to move away, or there's no reason to move into white. We have nothing going on in white, and there's a really good blue card here, so I'm going to take it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a good card. It's worth mentioning. Okay. Another card that I liked early on that hasn't proven to be all that great is Seed Ship Agrarian. I'm inclined to stay away from green a little bit. We just haven't seen anything. I mean, I could pick this up and decide, all right, I'm doing it. I'm locking in. I'm blue-green. I think that'd be a really bad decision. So I'm not going to take that here. I think I'm looking at this either Singularity Rupture. This card's very powerful. Or Lost in Space. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to take the Rupture. We do have... Oh, we didn't take that Grav Pack Mono, did we? Damn, that would be real nice if we did. Anyway, that's okay. This card's... like, one of the only ways you can win games where you fall behind is by having a Wrath. So I'm interested. And then we get past a Dubious Delicacy. So it's the classic kind of Pack 2 situation where you start seeing good cards and the colors that you weren't seeing in the first pack. Although we were seeing a little bit of black, but like, pick 4 dubious delicacies. A little bit dubious. You know what I mean? So, what I'm trying to say is we can't count on seeing black all the way through pack 3. But, I mean, we have a route where like we can play this planet. I don't know. Dubious delicacy is really powerful. Again, if we see Selfcraft Mechan, it's really good with that. And now we're seeing Virus Beetles. So, I'm just going to keep following the path that's presenting itself here. I'm really glad we didn't take that Agrarian. I will say that once more. There's an Ilvoy, which maybe wheels. Probably not going to wheel much out of this. It's only going to be 1 card left in this pack, so it's not going to be the Ilvoy. But if it is, we'll be happy. Okay, so almost ready to hide all these green cards because I think it's not happening. Perigee Beckoner. Perigee Beckoner. Yeah. So, like, okay, so this card is another one I missed on. So, like, 5 mana, 4/5 in black, like a few years ago in Return to Ravnica? Guilds of Ravnica. That was like a premium. It wasn't premium, but it was like a good card. And I get that was a while back, but like this is a 5 mana, 4/5 with like utility and adds extra damage to the board and like has synergy and stuff. So, anyway, I should have seen that this was pretty good, and it is. Okay. Entropic Battlecruiser. I mean, it's a finisher. It does nothing for you early on. There's Zookeeper Mechan, which were like almost 0% to play, so I'll take this, but I'm not excited about it. And then, of course, pick 8 Gene Pollinator. That's funny. Okay. And C-Chip Impact. This card's really good. It's better than 2 mana, draw 2, lose 2. Probably. Interesting. Okay, I'll take C-Chip. Maybe we end up in like a soupy. Or is it better to take... It's better to take Gene Pollinator because that would actually allow us to be soupy. Maybe that's... Yeah, maybe that was actually the pick. I don't think we're going to end up playing green, but we do have sort of the makings of some soup. If I take the Gene there. I think the Gene was the right pick. All right, these cards are all bad. I tried to build around this guy, Raghost. It was pretty funny. I went like 0-3 though. So I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, Indestructible +2/+0 or discard Thoughtseize spell. Blech. Well, you can see how people have adjusted to this format and are not passing very many good cards. Okay. If we need a 4-drop, we can rock it. Didn't see a Selfcraft Mechan. Blue is really not happening, eh? All right. But we're pretty I wish I'd taken that Gene Pollinator. I didn't give that enough thought. Because that would make our life a little bit easier. Okay. Because we're pretty committed to playing blue. Lightstall Inquisitor is not going to fit. Frenzied Baloth for sure is not going to fit. So we got Sammy's Curiosity. This for the soup. The multicolor soup. And Close Encounters, a removal spell. Banishing Lights, a removal spell. Blooming Stinger's a 2-drop that trades up. Kind of leaning to the Blooming Stinger. It's funny if we end up in green. Swarm Color might wheel. It's playable. All right, take another Mouth, I guess. I don't know how we're casting this Singularity Rupture. And there's a Cryogen Relic here. Well, oh boy. Okay, well, our top end is somewhat sorted, so maybe we're supposed to take the Cryogen Relic. I would like a second copy of Mouth for sure. But our deck feels janky enough that I think we're going to need... we're going to need card draw, and we're going to need stuff to do early on. So I'm going to pass Mouth of Storm. Feeling bad about it. But very interesting draft. Very difficult. Okay, Psionesis is like a really good card, really busted. Cryo Shadow is a really good removal spell. Where are we at? Did I ever take one of those 4 mana, put it on top? No, I didn't. So we got Delicacy. We've got Diplomatic Relations, which as of right now would be on the splash. And we do kind of need... There's another Relations. We do kind of need this Cryo Shatter. But Psionesis is so good. And we have Chrome Companion. That's a combo. Turn 3 Psionesis, and then you can play this for free. I'm going to take it. I can't... This is my favorite card in the set, I think, is what's happening here. Is I can't pass it up. Okay. Woo! Look at these. Holy moly. Mutavault. That's a good card. Scan ship number 2, Felgraph ship number 1, or our boy, the Self-Craft Mechan with double Cryogen Relic and Dubious Delicacy. I think it's got to be the Mechan. It just has to be the Mechan. We've already got 2 vehicles, spacecrafts here. Hate to pass this Grav ship. I think Grav ship is the card we would want to pick otherwise, but man, need that Mechan. Okay, speaking of Mechan, so is this going to be my first Mechanizoa deck? I think it might be. We kind of need top end. It plays in the early game. It crews this battle cruiser kind of well. You can warp it and then play it again the next turn, and then you've got yourself a giant flyer. We're going to try it out. Deck not looking great. Mana Confluence. Man, Confluence. I don't think it's. I just don't think you can lose that much life over the course of a game. I'm gonna take this Torpedo because we need removal. It's super slow. Whoa! The pack we deserved but never got. Okay, Lost in Space and Mechan and Desculpting Blast. Wow. I want all 3. I don't know what to take here. Blast is the cheapest card. I'm going to take the Mechan because of all the things we have to sacrifice to it. But that's tough. I want them all. I want them all because I want it all. Celestial Colonnade. I don't see it. But I think we are just going to take it. Is it better than the Voidborn? It might actually not be better than this Voidborn. This card has not performed very well. I thought it looked pretty good to me early on. Okay, what's our artifact count for Steel Swarm Operator? 14, but we're not playing this. Or we just take Cloud Sculpt Technician as an actual serviceable card. Yeah, all right. I don't have enough time to look and see if we have anything that's really jives with that. Glad I didn't take Tanook, I'll say that. Although we would have had 2. But our deck would have been bad, I think. Thespian Stage, nice card. Okay. Don't know about this deck. It's a bit of a mess. I think ultimately we're just blue-black. We really tried to be green. Really tried. What could I have I could have taken... I guess I could have taken Mechan Pack 1, pick 1 instead of... the green, this thing, Larval Scoutlander, but I didn't do that. Okay, so let's see what it looks like if we're not green at all. Or white, of course. This is, there you go, it's 40 cards, perfect. Something that I would bring in, so is this actually okay or not? Let's see. We have the card draw, double relic. Okay, so the cards that look kind of bad. Light Jammer. Do we even have any creatures in this deck? We got 13. That's not bad. 2 mana to save something. What are we trying to save? We would try to save... Yeah, then we got the Voidborn. It's pretty bad. Whenever this or another artifact. 3 mana 2/2 is pretty rough. But, I mean, we don't have any splash potential anyways, so... Yeah, this deck doesn't look very good. Okay. This is kind of cool for the late game. Got lots of late game, we just gotta live. Comet Crawler. Comet Crawler might be better than the Voidborn. This is better than something for sure, because we've got a lot of things to sacrifice. Cryologist, I just don't see how this is ever good. So I'm going to bring this over here. And Voidborn. Well, okay, it's either Voidborn or... I don't think we're cutting this battle cruiser, even though this really isn't a 4-drop. It's like a big thing, but... And we didn't even wheel that 4-mana 2/4 flying. When it becomes tapped, you sack a thing, draw a card. Come on. That was ours. That was ours. It's either that or this. We could cut both of them and play 18 lands. It's another option. Because again, what am I trying to save with my my jammer, you know? These guys are all pretty expendable. But I guess like just like the blowout potential of them trying to kill your Selfcraft Mechan and you just say nope. It's pretty sick. Equipment gives you something to do in the late game. Okay, so we had this thing. So I don't know if I passed that 1/1 flyer that taps for artifacts. It's pretty good with this. For whatever that's worth. Okay, I'm going to stop rambling. And I'm going to cut Voidborn. And we're going to see what this thing can do. This is my first blue-black deck of the format. I've drafted blue-green a whole lot. My very first draft was red-black. That went really well. But, I mean, it's early in the format. Low rank, whatever. And then, yeah, I drafted a bunch of white decks for a bit and just got absolutely crushed. And now we're trying this. All right. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this. Get the torpedo out now. I mean, we could use this to accelerate off of this Psionicist, right? So we can go... so like, what could we do? Like on turn 4, we could play this into Peregrine Beckoner. Because it would make the Beckoner cost 3. So I think I'm going to hold it. As it does absolutely nothing for us. Nice play from our opponent here. Good start for them. Going to play a Relic. Ew, I have this in my deck? Oh dear. Yeah, this draft we were scrapping a little bit. And this might not be better than that Voidborn. I forgot this was in here. Uh-oh. Opponent is ramping. Okay, we got a Mechan. That's good. That's a great draw. All right, well, we're just going to play Psionicist, and it's the best we can do right now. I guess we could play Mechanizoa, but I think it's better to play the Cyst. Next turn. Get Beckoner down. And attack for 4, if this lives. Doesn't look like it's going to live. It's getting diplomatically related. And we're taking 6. This is pretty bad. Opponent's just absolutely curving out here. All right, we get to go Mechan and draw 2 and have a 4/5 in place. Let's see if that's good enough. Basically, if we can stay alive and they run out of stuff to do, we're going to win this game. But if they are able to continue to remove all of our stuff, then we're going to die pretty quick. Okay, drew a land. That's good. So, next turn, looking at... We could Zoa and... Does this give haste? No. Pretty rough. I don't know. Maybe we just play... Probably going to end up playing Mechanizoa and Torpedo. Okay, they're drawing cards. I don't like that. But they don't have attacks. Okay, that's good for us. That's good for us. We've got a Graveblade Heavy now. Need to draw another card. I guess we just play Heavy plus Torpedo. hope we draw a land, and then I guess if we don't draw a land, we don't have attacks here. I'm not sure. I think this is the right play. Spend all of our mana. I mean, they couldn't attack through 4/5 last turn. Probably shouldn't have showed them that this is what we had, but they have removal. If they draw removal, it's on enter or dies, or what is this? Another Kavu. Oh, so they're going to draw another card off that next turn. But they're going to be tapped out. So they're probably not going to have... They'd have to rip removal off the top. I think an attack is okay here. They'd probably just take it, yeah. But... yeah, they didn't have the attack last turn. I'm hoping they don't have it this turn. Okay, I guess they could just push now, yeah. But they won't want to attack with the Technician. They're just gonna attack with Scrapbot. Oh, probably trade off, yeah. Or they are. Okay, well then you gotta jam with everything, right? They drew Diplomatic Relations. May play it if you control a Cub. Okay, so like I don't actually know how this works. I'm assuming if this is dead, they're not allowed to play those cards. But may play. I don't know. If this is dead, are they still allowed to play this? I don't actually know the answer to that. Okay, we drew a land. Sick. During your turn, other creatures you control get +1/+0. So we could warp Mechanozoa and cast Decode Transmission, or we could just play Mechanozoa and have a big dude. And we could attack again if we wanted. But they have... I wish I knew how this worked. It looks like they can do this, even though their dude is dead. So... I just don't know how this works. So that means that one of our creatures are going to die. So I'm assuming they're allowed to play those cards. I'm going to tap the Scrapbot. Because they're going to want to punch with their team leader and then attack with it. Otherwise, they get to punch with Scrapbot and attack with that. I'd rather trade with the team leader. So looks like they are allowed to play these. Just the wording on this is a little bit ambiguous. So they're going to kill our Zoa. They're going to come in. Yeah, okay, so that does work. They're going to kill our Mechanozoa. Are they going to attack for 5? I think they should. Yeah. Okay, we're at 5. Okay, I see. So it's back in exile and they can't cast it now. I understand. All right. Well, that was a lot of card advantage they got there. We can display Prospector plus Comet Crawler, I guess. It's pretty unexciting, but we're just trying not to die here. They're going to crack a lander end of turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're still only at 5 mana. So as soon as they play another Kabu, they get access to this Land Seeker again. Ooh. The plot thickens. The plains. Forest. Okay, so they're going to be able to activate their Biomech and Engineer pretty soon. So we're not doing so good. not quite enough quality picks in the draft to make this deck really happen. We're sort of seeing the downsides of transmissions and battle cruisers just aren't useful at all. All right, so they're back on the Kavu thing. They got a lot of Kavu synergy. I gotta respect that. Love the Kavu. I'm played back in Invasion. How about that? I know about Kavus, okay? Is this a Kavu? No. But it's from their planet. All right, no attacks. It's cool. So play our land. This is 6 and tap to kill something. Decode transmission. This is a really bad card, obviously. So what I'm thinking about doing is attacking with both my creatures, sacrificing Beam Prospector, and then casting Decode Transmission. But I think we just die if we do that. Could play Beckoner, swing with the Prospector, or Beckoner swing with the Comet Crawler is pretty good. Because then we at least gain some life. Don't think we can just... We can't just torpedo the Engineer, because they're going to cast Landseeker and give it haste, and it's going to be a problem for us. So I think we just want to get this in play. Gain some life. Could gain even more life. Imagine what that would be like. No. We might be dead anyways. I'm not fully doing the math here, but oh yeah, they're going to trade? This is good. Okay. Well, that's awesome for us. I don't know how that happened. That's great for us. Still probably very dead, though. They've got 8 mana now and Engineer online. They're going to play Landseeker. They're going to give it hasty haste. We got a double block, which is brutal. So I don't think we can afford to take 6 here. If we want to cast our Decode Transmissions at some point this game, which we do. We do. Yeah. And they can also do that. Okay, well, this is a little more interesting. I think we're supposed to just block like this. We've got Torpedo for the Landseeker. Okay, we're just dead. Yeah, so right. Double block the dude instead. Does that play around that or not? So I made that one attack in the middle of the game. Maybe I shouldn't have done. Take 6 or take 6. No, it didn't matter. Made that attack in the middle of the game. Kind of backfired because they ended up having an attack on their end. So that might have been the difference there. But, I mean, from that point onward, it was like we had to kill the 4/3 Menace, which means they get to start activating their Engineers. So I think we were kind of just dead either way. Okay, this hand is pretty good. But obviously we need to draw lands. So we got a couple of 2-drops. So if we do sort of stumble a little bit, we got a 3-drop. We don't hit everything right away. We'll be okay. Since we did hit land 3, I'm going to play Virus Beetle instead of Ilvoy Operative, so that if we hit land 4 on time, we can sacrifice it to Selfcraft Mechan and continue to draw cards. And we're going to have our Technician's going to be online, which is pretty cool. Okay, they have a 1/1, and we have a 1/1. Ooh. All right. Still probably just Technician. So it wouldn't be too hard for them to put something into play that can tangle with this thing. They'll have a double block on it by this turn anyway, so I don't want to sacrifice Virus Beetle this. I want to sacrifice the Self-Grab Mechan. Another thing to sacrifice the Self-Grab Mechan. So we play Operative plus Torpedo. This will become a 3/2, which is kind of good. Or you can just play Comet Crawler, and Comet Crawler is a better blocker. It turns off. It makes him unable to attack with the Turbo Drone, and we get to peck in the air. So I think I'm going to go for that, and see how this goes. Can always double spell later, but it's not always easy to spend larger chunks of mana all at once. Okay, Flyer's dead. They don't have attacks. And our Comet Crawler's dead. Now they do have attacks. Oh dear. Well, that changed in a hurry. All right, we're going to take it. Land. Nice. Nice. All right. Let's attack for 1. Draw some cards. Thank you for your service, Virus Beetle. It's been swell. Okay. Yeah, just these two guys. So the way this is going is it's okay for us. And we've got this Wrath. So like the more they 1-for-1 us with removal, the better that ultimately is. But we also need to live. So I guess we're hoping for is to, I was afraid they were going to do that, is to draw a land. Do we go like Torpedo's Mechan, sack the Torpedo to draw a card? Or are we like sacrificing Chrome Companion? And then this will become a 4/3, which is actually pretty good in this board. So we're going to take 2 here, because we might actually want to sacrifice this Companion. Okay, we did draw the land. They're just going to block this, so we don't want to allow that to happen. Sack the Torpedo or not? My gut says sack the Torpedo. We still don't have the ability to actually use it for anything. So we're not on 6 mana, and they don't have anything worth killing. So let's sack the Torpedo, and then I can put the counter on the Companion and attack for 3 and gain a life, which is kind of nice. Could also attack with Operative. It'll get killed by Night Luminary, which is not the worst. We don't know what we've drawn yet. Yeah, I'll spread the love a little bit. Okay, we drew a land. So now we just got Singularity Rupture. So we want to like convince them to go extra wide here. We want them to play out their hand. So I think I'm just going to attack with just the Companion. They may not block it. Yeah. And we want them to, we want to encourage them to spread. So we need enough blockers that they feel like they need to commit more creatures to the board so we can get the most out of this Rupture. Man, they just have so much removal. Don't have another one, please. Gosh. Okay, well, I guess, it makes our Wrath better, as I did say. If they continue to 1-for-1, it is better for us, but I don't like going to 6. So get in there. They still have a card in hand, too. Destroy all creatures than any number of target players. Target player. Submit 1. Pop. See you later, deck. He's still got 2 cards in hand, and we've got a land. So we're not by no means. Geez, that's a good one. Okay, that doesn't work like that. Okay, so what does this do? Beginning of your end step put stuff, and then you can remove stuff. Okay. Oh boy, come on. We can't sacrifice the relic because we don't have a target for it. Oh, no, it's up to 1. Okay, so that does actually work. So we don't take 2, but we will take 3 from that thing. They're gonna make a robot tapped. Okay, math. So if I take a hit from this, I go to 4. Then I could stun it. And if I'd already done this, I go to 2. If I do this, if I don't stun it, this is too hard. If I don't stun it and cast this, then I don't go to whatever. I go to 4, and then they've got 2 things, and one of them gets bigger. We're gonna draw 3 cards, so hopefully we find something. I think, but see, I would also like to potentially use the mana from this to like deploy a 2-drop. So do we have? We've got maybe another Ilvoy operative in the deck. We've already used a lot of 2s. So I don't know if we have I think we have 1 more Ilvoy operative and 22 cards. It's pretty unlikely to hit. Just trying to think of what else we could hit. Wish I had that Gigastorm Titan. That'd be pretty dope. And stunning this. We need to remove this. That's what we need to do. Oh boy. I'm not sure. There's a 2. All right. I think we're pretty dead here. So we go to 2. We stun it. They make a 2/2. Spacecrafts are so bad when you don't have board presence, obviously. So we'll lock you up. But now they have an ability to tap our blockers, so this makes life pretty tough. So this is locked. We can lock this as well. We get 7 mana, so we can also crew. It's got a stun counter, that's got a thing. So we can also crew this. Guess I'm interested in doing that. We're at 2. Can we live? We have 7 already, so we probably are okay to discard this land. Could also just discard Light Jammer. Next turn we're going to play Mouth the Storm most likely. Huh. All right. Where there's a will, there's a way. So we go Mouth of the Storm. I guess if we discarded Beckoner, we'd have Light Jammer up for protection, which is something. Mouth of the Storm. If we crew the scan ship, hit them for 4. They're dead next turn, theoretically, to both of these creatures. Of course, they have the ability to tap things, which is cool for them. They can go ahead and tap it anyways. I think it's correct to station it at least. I just don't know if it's correct to attack. I can warp in Beckoner for the +2. Do we want to save that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Won't be able to cast both of these next turn. I guess we... I don't know. We're out of time. So they can hit us down to 1. I wonder if they just tap this pre-combat anyways. No. I don't know. This game's too hard. Okay, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. So my feeling is that they obviously they just take 6 and then they get to hit us down to 1. So they are just going to tap it anyways. And then they get to... so they hit us down to 1 anyways. They get more counters. Oh, we're just dead. Man, I wish my decisions actually mattered. I mean, of course they do, but... that was close. That was cool. A lot of interesting decisions there. Nothing's coming to mind of like, oh, I wish I'd done this or that. I mean, obviously the deck's just not that good, but there's nothing I can do about that now. Other than maybe bring this Voidborn in instead of this Decode. As just a little bit of a way to gain some life. That's really the only other thing we can do here. So yeah, let's try that. Decode has been pretty bad, and of course the battlecruiser. Maybe the battlecruiser is even worse, actually. I think maybe the battlecruiser is even worse. Because at least if I gain a little bit of life, I can, like, justify casting Decode. Let's try it. We're in the O2 bracket now, so we're playing with house money. All right, we are back. Okay, we got 3 lands and some stuff to do, so I'm into it. Light Jammer, not great here, but it might be good later. Be nice to draw a 2-drop next turn. Green and blue. Heard those colors are pretty good. Our deck is light on removal, but we've got our removal spell here. So I feel a sense of safety and comfort. 4 mana. Terra Botanist. And nothing. Okay. Well, I don't think we're going to kill that. Even though it is really good. Let's get our Technician happening. Try to leverage this Singularity Rupture as best we can. Oh no. I'm getting diverted here. Rip. Five mana. Another lander. And that's it. Okay, well. What can I do other than play a 4 mana 3/4, you know? Counter this too? No. We're going to station our planet? No, we are not. Okay. Bottom for sure, right? So at the very worst, next turn will be Mechanozoa plus something else. I guess no. The very worst would be we don't draw land, so it'll just be Mechanozoa or Delicacy. But that's still better, I think, than we want to hit lands at some points. It's better than you. That's a good card. All right. Okay, we did draw our land. 1, 2, 3. They can't do this, so they're not going to get to cast this for another turn. But when they do, it's going to be big. It'll be real big. So, yeah, I don't know. Do we just put Beckoner down and could station up our planet here with Mechanozoa? We're just not getting, like, any... We're not squeezing any juice out of any of these cards. Like, they're all coming down as, like, vanilla cards that don't do anything, but it is what it is. I guess spend the most mana we can. So we'll do that. The number of times I've warped something not meaning to is embarrassing. It's just like it's all sparkly, like wants you to click it. Okay. That's okay. Take 2. That's a little less okay. I don't like that card. Obviously, we would like to catch their 7-drop in our Singularity Rupture, so... They don't have... they can't cast it next turn. There's no reason to really Mechanozoa anything. I don't want them to get a land or token. Don't want to wait till their turn because they could have interaction, so I think we do have to just get rid of this thing. Okay, so now... I mean, we can just get some station counters on this. I guess we just do this. Spend the mana. Try to buy a little bit of time here. Save our life total a little bit. And then we've got this sort of in the bank for after we cast Rupture, if we ever get to do that. It's like they know we have it, you know. They're just like, oh, not going to commit, not going to overcommit. Respect that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, I guess we're casting this. Passing the turn. So we could draw 5 at some point off of... that is a lot of cards, eh? Oh, no, they've got... Yep, all right. Okie dokie. Yep. Yeah, I don't think this is going to go for us, unfortunately. So, they still don't have 7 mana, but they're going to next turn. But then they get to draw a bunch of cards. Right? The best I can do is, like, gain 3 life. I could equip this to this, and it becomes a 0/5. That doesn't do anything. Could wrath them now. And then that's quite bad because they just get a 7/7 and then our game's over. So, yeah, we're going to have to let them draw cards. Fortunately, it's not getting to leverage the rupture here. But we got life total to play with, so I guess we'll just sort of stall as long as we can. Hope we get an opportunity, a window of opportunity to do what we need to do. 20 cards. They're just not going for it. They just know. Oh no, they don't have 7. They still don't have 7. Wow. Getting with both. We're getting to the point where we kind of need to fire this off, right? We can gain 3 life. So the problem is, like, when they do cast the Starwinder, they're going to get to draw so many cards that we won't be able to come back. So I guess I take 6 here and hope that they go for it next turn. Yeah, I guess I take 6. And I can gain 3. That helps. I mean, the thing is, of course, we want to use this with, like, Self-Craft Mechan or whatever down the road, but I think we just need to gain 3 life. Which I'll guarantee us to draw Self-Craft Mechan this turn. Ooh. Psionicist. Okay, I mean, yeah, helps with the card draw issue. Say go, because it can actually properly block something. Draw a card. And turn. Gain a life. Okay, you got it. Play your 7/7. We don't have anything. I promise. Don't do that. It's not good. Yeah. I don't think it's worth spending Light Jammer there, so our guy is dead. Well, they're spreading out. I appreciate that. Botanist. We're gonna get to eat Thawbringer here. It's not nothing. But yeah, I mean, they got Mechanozoa and Starwinder in exile. We've got Cryogen Relic. We're at 6. They're going to be able to tap Psionicist and hit us for 5. I mean, we can lock something down. So I guess we're going to hold out on this Rupture because it's still not good. There's Mechan. Mechan's good. Sacrifice, interestingly, could sacrifice the Light Jammer. So then we still get the stun. From Mechan. Think that's good to do. And this is a more formidable blocker with 3 power. Ooh. Mouth of the Storm. Okay, so now what do? We jam Operator, because I don't want them to get to draw a card if they have. Or do we? Oh, we can't do Stinger, of course. Okay, so yeah, we will do the Operator. Smooth Operator. So we draw scan ship. We might want to hold this land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess we'll hold it for now. Yeah, it's pretty good. Guess we'll block. Feels like we're in this game, but also feels like we're not in this game. Play the 7/7. I need you to do it. What the heck is that thing? Yo, that's a big board. All right. Oh, no, Virus Beetle. Come on. All right. Virus Beetle doesn't do anything. Well, we kind of have to rupture now, don't we? Where are we at with their library size? 17. So next turn, they just play this thing. So maybe we get to beetle them at that point. Plus. All right. Well, I see only one way for this to work. Well, I guess there's a world where we cast Mouth of the Storm, actually. I probably shouldn't have tapped that like that. Mouth of the Storm. It gets Mechanozoid. And they get to hit us for 3. Then we Wrath. This still needs 12. It needs 4 more counters. So we could. We're going to be at 3. We could sacrifice Mouth of the Storm to draw 6 cards. Oh my gosh, this is actually an interesting plan. Draw 6. And then Rupture. We go to 1. I shouldn't have tapped this. I should have thought about this more, of course. I think I'm going to go with that plan. I think that plan's kind of cool. If I had an untapped Psionicist, there'd be something there. I have better blocks here. And then, of course, I could have just cast Mouth. Just use Mouth to crew the planet. Are we just going to die somehow randomly again? I keep coming up with these cool lines, and then we just, like, Lightning Bolt. Oh, okay, fine. Fine. Well, they're thinking. She should have played my land last turn too. Yeah. Yep. If I didn't make a land play, I should have. There it is. It's here. Oh my gosh. It's here. It's really going to happen. The reason I should have played my land is because if we're going to draw 6, we're gonna be okay. You know what I mean? We're gonna hit a land to play. Okay. So we're gonna have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do I not have enough mana to do this? Oh no. Oh, but I have Psionicist. But this isn't a spell. 6. I have exactly enough, right? 1, 2, 3, and then I've got 2. Okay, I have exactly enough. But I don't get to cast Virus Beetle, which is another thing I wanted to do. So, I should have played... If I'd played my land last turn, I would draw a land and then get to cast the Beetle. Okay, we're going to go to 4. I need to station this first. I did not run out of time. So sick. Let's go. They're down to 8 cards. I have to discard to hand size. I could have... oh no, this wouldn't have worked anyways because I didn't have... the Psionicist is dead, so I wouldn't get to play the Virus Beetle off 1 extra land. Okay, here comes... just a Gene Pollinator. Wow. It's really happening, guys. It's really going to happen. We might not even get to Divert Disaster on their Mechanizoa. That'd be absolutely vicious. All right. Start with Ilvoy Operative. Into Relic. I don't want to deck out either. We got to be careful about that. Into... they're just scooping. Yes! All right. I don't care what else happens in this draft. That was the best. That was so awesome. I would just retire right now. 1 and 2. I don't even care. Kill me in 4 turns this game. I don't even care. 1 and 3, doesn't matter. That was the best. Wow. All right, planets. Man, I'm shaking. I'm shaking from that. It was a regular Premier draft, no stakes. That was sick. Opponent goes first. Well, we have a Divert Disaster, so we could kind of hang for a little bit. But the problem is that Scan Ship and Jammer do nothing here. Mulligan's really bad, though. So I'm going to try it. It's right on the line. If we didn't have to divert, we would for sure not keep, of course. But on the draw, I kind of like divert. Countering their 3 is pretty decent. Oh, countering their 2 is also good. We can't do that, though. Okay, Mechan's okay. So they don't play a spell this turn. I think I'll just get the Jammer in play just so we have something to sack to Mechan eventually. Because we're not going to have anything in that way. Because they might just crack their lander. Ew. Ugh. Is that even worth countering? It's not, right? That's pretty terrible. They just need to hit land? Because we also have Divert Disaster up next turn, too. I am just going to let that go. I have to telegraph that I have Divert Disaster, of course, but... no, they put a land on the bottom. Okay. Command Bridge. Alright, I'm just putting this into play. It's a little, seems a little spewy, I guess, but... alright, well now we can play Cloud Sculpt Technician. They put a land on the bin. Well, I mean, we want to be able to block their sweeper, so I shouldn't overthink this too much, but like it just makes me feel like they don't have anything. But I mean, they got 1 card they liked off that Surveil. They're looking for action, not yep. Okay, it's fine. Okay, land for us is good. So we can scan ship, or we can self-craft mechan. Just self-craft mechan, I guess. It blocks their 2/2 on the ground. It's not nothing. There's something I would have liked to have countered, for sure. So the value train's kind of rolling for them. Comet Crawler. Beckoner. Beckoner's kind of good just to get a hit in for 6. Comet Crawler's not very exciting. We're gonna taking a pile damage off this Agrarian next turn. Kind of no matter what. Yeah, we should have been able to counter that. We don't have a chump block on it. Okay, well, I guess we'll just pressure their life total a little bit here. Try to race, and then hope we hit some meaningful stuff. Because we do have we get 8 damage coming back at them. They can hit us for 6 or whatever they want to do here. And if they want to spend their turn kind of cracking landers and all that, that's probably okay for us. But yeah, we will need to find some kind of answer for this. We have no spells that just kill a thing. It's another big problem with this deck. Yep. Okay, we're going to need to draw that Wrath pretty soon. Got the mana for it. So, with that in mind, I suppose we go with Scan Ship. Hold up Divert. But if we were to draw a Virus Beetle, I might play that, so. Chrome Companion. Chrome Companion's a good chump block. Mouth of the Storm's pretty good if we make it to next turn. I mean, it's not a bad play. Gets us back in it. So I guess it's Chrome Companion for the chump. And maybe we'll be able to like cast Mouth of the Storm, station this. Okay, so what does that all add up to? Probably it's one of these two gotta go, right? I guess it's decode. Pass. Oh yeah. A fellow person of taste, I see. Oh dear. That's not good. Should have held up Divert Disaster, shouldn't I? This card's done. What do you mean this card is good? I don't believe it. Well, not much to do here. Just praying, I think. So, yeah, spacecraft when you're behind, not good. You don't get to station them because you got to block with your stuff. We're going to 1. If we live at all, we'll be at 1, which means Mouth of the Storm doesn't help us. So we have to draw the Wrath. Well, what are you going to do? Yep, there it is. Well, we can multi-block? Not really, because they can go +++. They could make it 9, which would kill all of our things. Wouldn't mind gaining 2 life, though. I think we'll gain 2 life. If we draw land, we go Mouth, and we're not dead. Hopefully. If we draw a Wrath, we just play it. If we draw Virus Beetle, that's pretty bad. That's not good. So that's the game. That's the draft. So pretty bad outcome. I don't think the deck was very good, so I'm not going to say this was like variance or anything. I think it's pretty clearly just a draft that didn't go very well. But I'm going to post this because I've had people in the comments saying, well, why don't you post drafts where that doesn't go so good for you? And to be honest, this is the first one I've recorded that hasn't gone well. I've had lots off the record that have gone very badly, but folks out there that want to see the pain, here it is. Although that last game was so sweet, but yeah, disappointing for sure that we didn't get there. So I look forward to your comments if you feel like you had a different path through the draft, or a different way of building the deck, or different gameplay decisions that might have helped, or mulligan decisions. There's a lot of different sort of things that I think could have gone different ways, but I think ultimately, the deck just wasn't really there. For some various reasons that we discussed, not enough removal, like 3 or 4 cards in the deck that are just like kind of below replacement. Whether or not, I mean, sometimes you just run into drafts that there's nothing you can do, but yeah, I mean, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, Beam Saw is okay. 6. At least 6 cards that you would want to probably have better stuff than. No removal except for Dubious Delicacy. So there's a couple of those like Lost in Space I passed that maybe I have to look at the draft again, but maybe I took green cards over them. Maybe I should have gotten away from green a little bit sooner. Or maybe I should have pushed into green harder. Like maybe I should have gone for that Gene Pollinator and tried to splash around a little bit. Would have given us access to a couple of removal spells. Maybe a slightly better early game. So, there's always ways to improve. So I look forward to your comments. Thanks for watching. As always, like and subscribe. Help a huge amount. And we'll talk to you very soon. Thank you, and bye for now.